Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the third Waxman Weekly. My name is Josh Waxman, and I am the owner of Lee's Hoagie House of Temple University and Center City. And tonight I will be coming to you with a Facebook Live on how to set SMART goals. So before we move into the content portion of tonight's call, I want to go over the first few weeks, almost 3 weeks now, of 2020, a new era, a new decade. All right, and everything has been coming together. Everything has been opening up. It's important to understand when you move into a new time, in a new year, in a new decade, that you have a lot of past events and past feelings that you are holding on to. What's going on, Dylan? What's going on, Lee? How you guys doing tonight? There's a lot of past events that you hold on to, and the end of the year, the beginning of a new year, the beginning of a new decade, even more so, is a great time to let go of those past events, let go of those past feelings, and take these dreams that you have, create goals that you can track and improve upon, and we'll get into that shortly, and take a new stand, take a new step in the right direction of your goals and your river on your path to success everywhere that you want to go. So I'll wait a minute for some more people to join on the call. Maddie, how you doing from Miami? Dylan, what's going on? How are you? Dylan Fiedler, my boy from Miami, my best friend from University of Miami. So I am getting a lot of feedback from you guys. I appreciate it. So if you guys can please keep commenting so that I can keep making sure that I'm touching on the topics that you'd like me to touch on, that would be awesome. Greg, what's going on? Yo, Kerry, what's going on, man? Congrats on getting into law school. Greg, where is he at law school at, man? Sydney Zarwin, how are you? Our families go back, way back. I love getting on here. Michael Marcantonini from Wissahickon, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. I love getting on these Facebook Lives, getting on Facebook in general, on LinkedIn, on different social media platforms, and being able to connect with people that I haven't connected with in 5, 6, 7, 8 years. It's really crazy how time flies, and when you're young, it seems like every year, every month is so long, and you have so much that you can accomplish, and then boom, like high school 5-year reunion was amazing, and it was so crazy or it wasn't crazy, it was real, but it was cool to see where everybody was at and what people are doing. Cool, awesome, at Temple, that's great. You can come by for some hoagies and cheesesteaks. Brittany, how are you tonight? Thank you for sending your brother over my way. I will be talking to him on Wednesday. And with that, I'm going to move into the content portion of the call, where I will be covering how to set SMART goals. So some of you guys may know what a SMART goal means. This is something that we learned in school. We learned what SMART goals were in school. We knew what SMART stood for, but we never really set SMART goals. We didn't do anything with those goals. And what I've learned over the past 6 to 10 years of being focused on my success is you have to have goals that are SMART, that you can track and that you can measure, that you can see, and that you can improve upon over time. Because just like anything else, you want to be able to see, track, and measure and improve upon what you're doing, whether it's your business, whether it's your health, whether it's your wealth, whatever it is. So we're going to start with breaking down what SMART goals are. And SMART is an acronym. All right, Murph, what's going on? Yo, Dan Murphy, I will never forget how much of an animal you were back in the day, right? And these are goals that we said in Wissahickon football. One of our goals was one team, one dream. And when you have that, I take that and I put that into my business too, because when you have one team, one dream, one goal, when you have that vision and you have that mission with a team, then not only are you on a path, but these other 5, 10, 30, or 50 people on a football team are also on that path. So you create a mastermind, and the momentum and the energy that you can gain by having more people on your team, or like Eddie Russick, who just joined the call, having a group like BNI, like Business Networking International, where you can connect with people and form a mastermind. And this is where goals, dreams, and your why all come together. So SMART goals is an acronym. SMART stands for, the S is for specific, having goals that are specific, right? I'm gonna break that down for you, because when you say, I wanna have a lot of money, well, how much is a lot of money to you? A lot of money to you might be $100,000. A lot of money to me is not $100,000 at all. So you have to understand, be specific with what you want. Do you wanna have a nice car, a nice sports car, or do you wanna have a Ferrari or a Lamborghini? Right? These are things you have to be specific on. All right? The M is for measurable. Create something that you can track, something that you can measure and improve upon. The A is for attainable. Is it possible within the scope of your project and the scope of where you're at right now with the resources that you have to attain this goal? The R is for relevant. And relevant means, is this something that has something to do with your overall dream, with your big picture? Okay? And the T is for time bound, time sensitive, understanding that you don't want to say, I want this in the future. You've got to say what year, what day, and what your goal is going to be in that. So when you walk through a goal, all right, I'm going to take down a classic goal that everybody has as, I want to lose weight. All right, I want to lose weight. Well, you won't want to just say I want to lose weight, because is that 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 pounds, right? You want to be specific, all right? So you want to be specific, how many pounds, all right? Then measurable, okay? We just said that we're going to use pounds, and luckily there's an easy way to track pounds, is you can buy a scale and put one in your bathroom and track it every day. I actually have a smart scale which syncs with my phone through Bluetooth, that tells me my body fat percentage, my bone mass, my muscle mass, my body weight, my water weight, and breaks down a few other things on that as well. Okay, so there's different things you can measure. Then attainable, all right? If somebody has done it before, I just want to say that it is attainable. If somebody in the past has done what you want to do, then it is possible. You don't have to say that it can happen, but it is possible. All right, maybe you don't believe it, but you know that it's possible, all right? I know that I can't run a 4.5 right now, but I know that it's possible through training and repetition and experience of coaching with somebody, all right? So when you can understand that, you have to find something that is attainable within losing weight, with your current schedule, with what you're doing. If you're gonna say that you're gonna go from working out 0 days a week to working out 6 days a week, but you're not gonna wake up any earlier, that's not very attainable. Okay, so understand what attainable really means and be realistic with that. Relevant, when you have your dreams, you have your why, then your relevance is a lot easier to understand, because you can ask simple yes or no questions. Does this align with my mission? Does this align with my purpose? Does this align with my core values? And if it doesn't align with any of those three, then you should probably abandon that goal. And then finally, time bound. Again, you want to lose a lot of weight, all right, that's awesome, all right, but if losing a lot of weight doesn't have any end time, you want to lose 20 pounds, but when is that by? Is that in the next 30 days, 90 days, 360 days? Is that going to be in a year? All right, and you can have different programs. There's different weight loss programs out there, different fat burning programs out there that you can use that can accomplish your goals in a shorter amount of time. So when you can combine this SMART goal with the different resources that you have, it's a lot easier to attain these goals. And when I saw Jesse Hunsiger ask me the question, how many goals can you have at one time? You can have as many goals as you want at one time. There's no rules around that. But I personally, I create 3 goals for the 3 areas of my life. And I break my dreams down into 3 different areas, which then correlate to my goals. So let me backtrack for a second and explain to you the difference between a dream and a goal. A dream can be out there. A dream does not have to be smart. A dream does not have to have all of those same qualities that we just went through. You can say that you want to have a Ferrari, you want to have a condo in Miami, and that doesn't have to have a time, and that's okay. But the more clear that you are with your dreams, then you can understand that their goals are like magnets, and your dreams are the overarching magnetic field. And the only way that you're going to attract your dreams is by having magnets. And if you don't have any goals, then you're just always going to have dreams, and those dreams are going to turn into wishes, and your wishes are going to turn into regrets. And then you're going to arrive at your grave safely when you're 60, 70, 80 years old with the greatest pain of regret, and understand that you can break down these dreams into simple, short-term goals that do not have to be scary, that do not have to be overwhelming, that you do not have to create anxiety over. And I say create anxiety over because you do create anxiety, you do create overwhelm, you do create stress in your mind, and then your mind sends it out to your body. So when you are on this path of your journey, on this river down your life as you're growing and understanding where you want to be, then you have to keep one day at a time, making sure that you're focused and that everything aligns from your mind to your body, from your awareness to your consciousness, and all the way down through, because your dreams, again, are going to be out there all the time. Once you dream a dream, once you think a thought, it's out there, it's in the universe, it's in the Akashic records. Every thought, every wish, every desire, every belief that you've ever had is stored forever in the Akashic records, in the morphogenetic field and the quantum field. And when you can understand where this ether of energy lives, this imaginary energetic field that we cannot see, but we can track now through electromagnetic transmitters, through waves, and through tracking these different brain waves and bodily functions, then these dreams that are so out there don't have to be so out there, they can be right here. Your dreams can be right in front of you, and your goals can be right here, right now, and this is today. And then every single day is one step, one day at a time, closer and closer to your dreams. All right, so let's backtrack now all the way back to today, all right? And understand that your dreams are like a big staircase, and every goal is like a step along the way, like a milestone, Darren Hardy calls it. And you can break down these big dreams into simple goals that you can be specific with, measure, attain, be relevant to your dream, and be time-bound so you can understand whether or not you are succeeding, whether you're on the right path, or whether you have to reroute a little bit. All right? When you set your goals, the number one thing that I start doing is take these big dreams that I have and make them simpler. All right, so for me personally, my dream is to open up 1,000 Lee's Hoagie houses. My dream really is to open up 2,500 Lee's Hoagie houses, but as a child it was always 1,000 Lee's Hoagie houses. It's easier to talk about 1,000. Let's go with 1,000. You have 1,000 Lee's Hoagie houses. That seems scary. That's a big goal. That's going to take years and years and years, a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. All right? But it's easier to understand that before you get to 1,000, you have to get to 500. Before you get to 500, you have to get to 100. Before you get to 100, you have to get to 50. Before you get to 50, you have to get to 25. Before you get to 25, you have to get to 10. Before you get to 10, you have to get to 5. And before you have to get to 5, you have to get to 2. And here I am at 2. And you start with 2. You start with 1. You start with being the manager. You start with being an employee. You start with learning the skills and the habits and the mindset of your job, of your vocation, of your dream, of your career. And you start every day honing your craft, becoming a master at what you do. That's one of the things that I love about owning Lee's Hoagie House, is that nobody beside the other Lee's owners does what I do. None of my friends do what I do. I could do real estate, I could do sales, I could do marketing, I could have a branding business, I could be a bodybuilder, I could do a lot of things, but nobody that I know owns a restaurant franchise. And for me, I love that. And because I love that, I can hone my craft and become a master at what I'm doing. And I am a master at what I do. I've been studying success. I've been studying franchise. I've been studying restaurants since I was young, starting off with leadership, starting off with responsibility, respect, management, and understanding how to delegate and be successful. And I say be successful, not get to success, not reach success, because being successful is a be state. Achieving your dreams, achieving your goals is a be state. It's a one day at a time. It's a right here, right now. I'm me, I'm free, I'm in the present, and I'm ready to effing crush it every single day. When you wake up every day with your dreams in mind, and then you take these awesome thoughts that you have, these out there thoughts, and you go to the gym, you get focused, you meditate, and you get focused on your goals, you get focused on what you can control right now. You don't let yourself get out of control by being in control of all of these other things that you're out of control of. You're not disorganized in your house. You're not disorganized in your notebook. You're not disorganized in your business. You're not disorganized with yourself. You get your hair cut often. You shave often. You take care of yourself. All of these things are day by day habits of success that will assist you with achieving your dreams, because your goals are going to be determined on what you do daily, and what you do daily will be determined by your emotional state. And this is something that I'm moving into, this consciousness state, this higher level state where I am very aware, where I'm in peace and love and joy and acceptance and willingness. And I'm moving out of being guilty and shameful for being successful, being selfish for being the one in my desk right here producing, AIC, ass in chair, and being the one that's producing. Letting go of those guilty feelings, those selfish feelings. This is what I've taken on for 2020 and what I'm going to share with you. And I appreciate all of you guys. I'm very grateful for all of you who are watching and commenting and joining me on this, because this is the year of transformation. This is the year of clearing out the 2010s, the 2000s, the last 20 years, and moving on to a new set of 10 years, a new set of 5 years, a new set of 1 year. Today, right here, right now, what you can change about yourself that will allow you to move into a new space of consciousness, a new space of attracting the people, the situations, and the money that will require you to live the good life. This is important for you to understand what your goals are and what your dreams are, and write them down in something like this in a notebook. I have a notebook typically for every year. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less, but typically I have a notebook for every year. And this year I have a green notebook for the year that I go from down in business debt to positive in profit, to creating new businesses and new opportunities for myself and other people. Yo, Dad, what's going on? And thank you for joining, everybody. I am going to open up this call to some questions and answers in a minute, but I want to stress how important it is to write down your goals, to look at them daily, to live your life by them, to be who you want to be every single day, and to not let anybody tell you that you can't do what you want to do and be who you want to be and live how you want to live, because you're a human being. Doesn't matter whether you're white, black, yellow, purple, or orange, whether you're American, Russian, Israeli, or Antarctican. It doesn't matter where you're from. We're human beings. We all have the same basic rights, and you have the same freedom and power that we all do. Anybody that has ever accomplished any dream that they've ever put their mind to, you have the same ability as a human being, with the same mind and the same build up of body, how we do everything, the same Akashic records, the same morphogenetic field, all of these different levels of consciousness that I'm going to be sharing with you guys over time. Your dreams are so right here, right now. Stop thinking of your dreams as wishes. Whether you're 25, 45, or 65, you can accomplish anything that you want to in the next 3, 5, 10 years, provided you let go of these past events that you've been holding on to for the last 10 or 20 years, that you move out these old habits and allow space for new habits, and that you can attract and create the situations, the opportunities, and the people that will combine together to create one mastermind so you can live your best year this year and be your best, and not be the best or be the man, but be your man or your woman or your best version of yourself every single day. You deserve to let go of the guilt and the shame that you hold on to for being successful, for living the life that you live, for not being successful, for being angry, for being guilty, for being shameful, for having resentment. Move into courage, acceptance, love, and be grateful for who you are, love who you are. And with that, I will open up the question and answer session with you guys. So thank you all for joining with me tonight. If you guys have any questions, please comment below and I will start answering your questions now. All right, let's go up a little bit. All right, Dylan, thoughts on the Aaron Hernandez documentary? I just watched it the other day. I watched it the past 3 nights, actually, 1 hour a night, and it was awesome. It was really interesting to see how somebody so talented and so driven by his goals can let the negative influences of his childhood affect him that much, and be successful the entire time. It's definitely, he's a skilled multitasker. He can handle a lot of things, and it's sad that he wasn't able to handle his situation and wasn't able to have anybody after his dad died that was able to look out for him beside himself, and that clearly wasn't good for him because he could not trust self. He was a compulsive liar to himself, and he was in complete denial. So, something to learn is to be grateful for where you're at and realize that Aaron Hernandez's situation and family situation wasn't that crazy different than some of us or our friends' situations. It's really about the parenting and the environment around you, the support staff that you have, and that's why it's so important that while you're on this mission to achieve your goals and your dreams, that you surround yourself with the right people that will love and support you no matter what and be there for you every step of the way. Chris Capelli, what's going on? And Molly Bluestein, how are you? If anybody else has any other questions, I will be taking those questions now. It's always awkward waiting for questions. Even in class, the teacher always asks if there's any questions. There's never any questions. One of the questions I would ask somebody that is asking about goals and dreams and why is, what happened when you said you broke down your goals into 3 separate categories? What were those categories? I'm so conscious I remember even the things that I forget, and I can create questions for myself about them. The 3 areas of my life that I break down are for my mind, my body, and my business. So I create 3 goals every year for each one. 3 goals for my mind, 3 goals for my body, and 3 goals for my business. And then I pick the top goal, the most important goal for each one, and I only focus on that one thing until it's accomplished, and I can move on to the next. So for me in 2020, my mind goal is to study David Hawkins and Think and Grow Rich, and that's it until I truly understand him and over again. I'm gonna keep learning them. My body goal is to go from 170 and 12% body fat to 208%, 8 to 10% body fat. And my business goal is a secret. I can't tell you about it because I would not be able to legally. But you can stay tuned and I will let you know about that in the future. Gary Vee or Grant Cardone, they are complete opposites of each other in my mind. In fact, Gary Vee talks in his book, Crushing It, about how he is branding focused and most people are sales focused. So Grant Cardone is very focused on sales and conversions and money right now, posting these videos, doing these events, selling these products and making this money right now, period. And then Gary Vee doesn't really seem to track his dollars. He is branding and he's putting out content all the time, every day, and he is in a different space where whatever flows into his funnel, he is able to capture, and he can capitalize and monetize that. They're two different strategies. I have learned the Grant Cardone way my whole life, to go every day, hand out coupons, menus, to put an ad out for this many dollars and get this many orders back in return, and be that way. And not that it doesn't work, it does work, but I am more focused now. I'm realizing that doing that is more of a one-on-one, short-term, right here, right now, instant satisfaction type of plan, whereas Gary Vee is about the long term, about creating a legacy, about creating a company that's going to be here for a long time, which is something that I want to do with Lee's Hoagie House. So creating an innovative company with high technology, branding, having people follow the brand, follow Hoagie Guy as a character, follow these different new menus and new recipes and new things that we're doing at Lee's Hoagie House and that I'm doing in my life through Josh Waxman as who I am and what I'm doing. And it's interesting that I say that as Josh Waxman, because I'm really understanding through this book, letting go, that the mind and the body are separate, and that self is who you are forever, and that your body is just a temporary place that self is for 100-ish years. And Gary Vee would probably be more about creating long-term wealth for him and his family. Not that Grant Cardone is not. Not that Grant Cardone is not building a business long-term either, but his mindset is more on transactions right here, right now. And Gary Vee is more on fuck the transactions, let me go share and deliver value to people, and I'll get what I deserve to get through the free market. And my coach, Jeffrey Combs, is a little bit of both. He's very sales focused and will tell you, he has phone calls and he's making prospecting calls every day to create a certain result, to make X amount of dollars, to live the good life that he is required to living. But by putting Facebook Lives out, by making videos, and by doing different events that he's doing, he doesn't care necessarily whether, he doesn't have any emotion attached to the outcome of whether or not he closes a deal that day or not, because he knows, like Gary Vee and I was just saying, that he will get receive whatever the free market will bear, whatever he deserves from free enterprise. All right. Anybody else? Tatiana, how are you? Nice to see you. And Nicole, what's going on? Thanks for having Jason let me go early tonight, so I can get home for this and get ready, eat a little bit before. 2 weeks ago, I was rushing home. My phone actually died right when I was closing up Center City. I had to I walked halfway home and then caught a cab. I didn't have any cash. I'd used my debit card, and it was just a nuts. So I know now not to close at Center City on Sundays, because I have my Waxman Weekly now. So, learning and going through things. Benny! What's up, baby? Ben Eskovitz, my brother from another mother. Ben and I go way back to Camp Green Lane in 2006, I believe my first year was. Ben, I miss you, homie. I hope you come home soon. Ben is out in Orlando currently, managing a scrapyard, learning the skills, habits, and the mindset of what it takes to own a scrapyard. He is finding a niche, and we've been talking for a long time about Dylan's question threw me off. We've been talking a long time about what it takes to run a business, what it's like to wake up early and go to bed late. Hard. Running a scrapyard is a lot like running a restaurant, a lot like running a construction business. A lot of these manual labor jobs that you're up early and you're all day late, and your hands and your feet hurt. And a lot of people don't feel those stresses physically on their body when they are sitting at a desk at a cubicle all day. They might have some back problems, or their eyes might hurt from looking at a computer too long. But there's a difference in waking up early, going to the gym all day. Going to the gym in the morning and then going to work all day, and your body definitely takes a toll. That's why it's important to eat properly and be proper in how you take care of yourself and your energy, because your energy level will be a direct reflection on your mindset in that moment. Whether you're sick, whether you're clear-headed, whether you feel good or not feel good is your emotional state. Dylan, who is the better Eagle, Terrell Owens or Donovan McNabb or Nick Foles? Definitely not Nick Foles. I love him because he won me a Super Bowl, but he's definitely not my favorite. T.O., I had a T.O. jersey and I had a McNabb jersey. I will always love Donovan McNabb. He is more of an Eagle than Terrell Owens was. T.O. was there for a few years. He took us to the Super Bowl, and I love T.O., and he's one of my favorite players of all time. But Donovan McNabb is the better Eagle. But T.O. is more of my favorite player than Donovan McNabb is. T.O. didn't throw up in the Super Bowl, and T.O. doesn't throw the ball onto the ground most of the time. And, with that, I am going to conclude my third Waxman Weekly. I will be uploading it to my new YouTube channel, Josh Waxman Success. And I appreciate all of you joining me on tonight's call. Next week, we will be coming to you with a Waxman Weekly on understanding the mindset of success, understanding the success mindset and the attitude. Sammy, what's up, baby? Barry, I don't know why you FaceTime me in the middle of my FaceTime live, but I love you and have a awesome night, everybody. Thank you very much. Peace out.